Brother Sports Podcast. It is Friday, January 12th. We have me, Max, and Sean here. Sam is still away. Comes back to Saturday just in time for some playoffs and solid week last week. We had some interesting games, interesting finishes, but we're here to talk playoffs now, and we got two of y'all in the playoffs, so props to y'all. Fortunately, the Bears could not make it, but we fired Getsy, so that's a start.
Yeah, what a and Max, thank you for welcoming me on here. Happy to have reached the playoffs, but I think we'd be remiss if we didn't, at least kind of talk about a few moments in the regular season because I want to just talk about the Hollywood script that was the Chicago Bears. I'd almost forgot because it was so long ago that one day where essentially, Fields had come out and say, talking about like, yeah, like there's almost like the too much coaching going on. And then like the Chicago media was all, he had come out again to be like, no, I actually like my coaches. And that wasn't even the craziest story in that single day where the Chicago defensive coordinator got fired for like maybe things where the FBI were at his house. I don't want to say anything, allegedly, but the Bears had quite an interesting year. All that being said, they finished nice, and at least that kind of ended on a good note there. But they had some good Hollywood script going on.
Oh yeah. Very interesting season. I mean, really poor start. Started rolling and then crashed and then up a little more and then crashed. So it is what it is. I already forgot about it, but I'm ready for the draft.
Yeah.
Everything's solidified, so we'll see. I'll talk about it in months from now. It's in April, so we got a bunch of time for all the rumors.
Yeah, well, hey, I'll let you know there is more football to be played before the draft. And we aforementioned Sam, who I guess will be back with us next week. We miss you, man. But his Packers, slid into the playoffs, and my Steelers have also slid into the playoffs. And we'll each try to play, the underdog upset role coming this week. Hopefully, sound all right on this side. Feel like playing a little. Sick with some allergies or whatnot. I feel like you can only hear out of one ear, got congestion going on. But, rightfully
So
so, it is the playoffs. Everyone's questionable at this point. You have like a favorite game or, anything just particular that, stands out the most to you looking at this weekend?
honestly, I feel like the most like interesting and kind of like coin flip-ish is going to be Browns Texans. I think it's
Yeah.
going to be a very interesting game. I just saw that Joe Flacco is undefeated in a wild card round. Um,
Okay.
so that's something to think about,
Yeah. What do you think the last wild card round he was in? 4 or 5 years ago?
right?
Maybe.
Probably maybe a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's that's kind of going to be an interesting of like, he's been there, old veteran versus, of course, Houston Stroud, first playoffs. I mean, it's first NFL season in general. I agree. I think that game could rock. I think there's a reason why Vegas has that as the closest line of any of the six games here. So I mean
Mhm.
that one will be good. I think also, Rams Detroit storyline kind of writes itself there, where you have Stafford coming back playing for the franchise that he, carried for many of years. And then quietly, Goff or the team that kind of, he helped take to the Super Bowl. He certainly wasn't a big part of that Rams offense, but like they kind of kicked him to the curb a little bit. We're like, hey, I don't think you're the guy. And so I
Mhm.
think each of those QBs, probably have a little chip on their shoulder to stick it to the other team. And with Monday kind of being I don't know about but I guess a federal holiday and a lot of people having off work Monday, it'll be nice to be able to kind of catch that one in full.
Yeah, no, I think that is great storyline and definitely will be a great game. -3, right? So
Minus three for the home team. A couple weather games. We'll have like a negative double-digit wind chill in Kansas City, possibly snow flurries and high wind gust in Buffalo for the Bills and the Stillers. So yeah, a little bit of everything here.
love those games. I want to see some throwback, like Shady running through like a foot of
Yeah.
snow, just juking everyone. I love that.
Yeah,
Love
I
those.
just saw some highlights of Le'Veon in the snow years ago in Buffalo coming across my feed there.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Yeah, I'm well, I'm quietly, I'm anxious, but there's a little bit, every as we get closer to the day, like, we'll see. Happy to be here. And then I'm sure by like 12:59 on Sunday, I will fully talk myself into how we are going to win this football game.
Always happens, man. I
Yeah, I mean
mean,
that's fanhood, dude. That's what it's. You look up in the Webster's dictionary, and it's about being just irrational.
yeah.
Um, Speaking of being rational, let's get to those picks because I believe all of us went over 500. So, means we have some extra cash in the bank to deploy from the regular season. And do you want to go ahead and lead us off?
No, I'll lead it to you. I
All
saw
right, all right. We're certainly not going to let
you
Sam.
get the upper hand, and considering I took like one or two of yours last.
That's okay. That's just how the cookie crumbles, man. All right. I'm gonna go with my first pick here. Give me over Green Bay, Dallas at 50 and a half. We got a dome game here. We have two teams where their offense is certainly the better side of the football for them. Packers defense is pretty poor, and I imagine they're going to have to kind of get into a little bit of a shootout in this game. It's one of those where I think either way this wins. If the Packers win this game, it's probably close and high scoring. If the Cowboys run away, I think they score enough points on their own to help lift me up and maybe some Packers garbage time. Sam, I don't think that's going to be the case, but just have to put a few things in the aura here on how that can hit. But give me over 50 and a half in the Pack Go visiting the Cowboys.
I like that a lot, definitely. That was on my board. Not number one, so that's okay.
All right.
I do like that. Now that that's taken care of, I guess we can just Sam put three of each. So I mean, he's gonna have one where so we'll just do him at like the end, just run through
Yeah.
his or
Yeah, we'll just go through ours and then fill his in.
perfect. Um, well, you know, I know, one finger isn't that big of a deal for Jalen Hurts, but that is his throwing hand, and that shit looked like fucking crooked. It was all messed up.
Yeah.
Also, they just look terrible. I mean, Eagles just look like poop. And I don't know why, but this Buccaneers +3 is just talking to me. It's
Okay.
speaking to me. It's saying Baker, Baker, and I don't know. I just can't. I just see this upset coming. Eagles just, I don't know. They don't have it right now. I know that all year it's been Eagles revenge tour, Eagles revenge tour, but holy shit, did they crumble?
Yeah. My gosh, dude, they just look like a shell of themselves. And what's up with Jalen Hurts? This is a guy that I thought even in the Super Bowl loss, like played really good quarterback last year, and we've seen a lot of teams just kind of ever since that the 49ers game where they got dropped like 40, almost a 50 burger at home there. It's been bad. It's not only the play on Sundays, like during the week, you get kind of people getting feisty with the media. That's
Yeah.
never good. Like, things are not going well when you're chirping at the local beat writer there. So God, I want to stay away from this game like a 100-foot stick, but I definitely understand where you're going at there.
Yeah, got to. Philly fans, I just despise them.
Gotcha. All right. Do you want to, we're going to rep
Yeah,
me and you, and then just kind of lay out Sam's favorites at the end?
yeah, I guess that's
Okay.
true. Yeah.
All right. Um,
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of, the same vein you here. I think Houston's going to win. I know Houston got shellacked by Cleveland just a few weeks ago, but that was with a tag team of Simeon and then the neck guy Mills. There, it got kind of just out of hand, and I don't know how much kind of Houston was. I just, man, like D'Amico Ryan's. I thought like last week. I know it was a regular season, but that was like really like a playoff game, and I was impressed them going on the road and winning that there. I
Yeah.
think they're heat up Flacco a little bit, and he's certainly not agile at this time. It's been awesome what the Browns have done, and yeah, maybe I'm a little biased against the Browns, but I truly think Houston's kind of got something going on right now. I'm not picking them to probably go past the divisional round,
Right.
but man, they kind of got something going on. At +2, and they pretty much need to win the game. It would be absurd to win that bet without them winning overall. But I think they are going to win. So give me Houston +2.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I wrote that down. Yeah, dude, that's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Wow. Shit. Shit. I'm gonna go under. And I bet most people know where this is gonna go. I mean, how can it not? I'm pretty sure it just spiked up a little too. I'm gonna go under 43.5 Chiefs Dolphins. I mean, it the like I mean Miami's gonna be fucked. I mean, I'm pretty sure I saw like under like 35-degree games or something like Miami hasn't won.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be way fucking colder than that. So give me that. I think Chiefs can handle this a little more. Obviously, I mean that's their home stadium. They'll handle the weather a little better and just kind of game manage and just. I mean, I can say what Creighton brought up. He's a he he's a he comes in every now and then. Y'all know Creighton. He's a Chiefs fan, and he said Chiefs 17-13. They're gonna win. Pretty much what I'm just reiterating him honestly. But I think he's right. They're gonna roll and just lock it up, kind of manage the whole game. So give me that all day.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that number is way too high, especially with the weather there. If this was a regular season game, it's probably like a touchdown higher, but it's the playoffs. Like, you're probably
Yeah.
not missing an assignment and getting a Tyreek Hill 70-yard touchdown in this type of game. Kansas
No.
City definitely underperformed this year, but
Yeah.
the reason they got to 11 games was not because of their offense. Their offense was pretty ass for most of the season, but the Steve Spagnuolo, kind of the crazy DC there. I mean, they were all. I mean, Chris Jones. It starts at the front. L'Jarius Sneed, like one of the best cornerbacks in football. There's
Oh
some
yeah.
playmakers on that Kansas City. I don't have it in front of me, but I think they were like top 5 statistically in most like the big defensive categories here. I feel like the book is out a little bit on kind of how to play Miami. The Bills did it very well last week there. You can force Tua sometimes into making some those throws across the middle that either are possible passes or get tipped and picked off there. And then I don't see this Kansas City offense like now exploding. Now that we're in the playoffs, so I like that too. I mean, I probably will be tailing that like in actuality. I'll go to my under, and it's one of those where this makes so much sense. So I'm going to fade myself. Like Rams, Detroit, Dome, Stafford, Goff, Kyron Williams, Puka, uh, Gibbs, Montgomery, Amon Ra. All of that would be like take the over. I, I'm gonna fade. I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna say that with just in the playoffs where the pressure's ramped up, the defense is doing everything to take away their best players. And again, it's 51.5, so this can still be like a pretty fun game, and the under hit there. But I know there's a couple times, that kind of Detroit Cowboys game when like they really had to, like a playoff type game, that being like 14-13 or whatever it was, kind of rings in my head here, like where they might want to play a game where it's kind of owning time of possession type of thing here because they know that their defense like is kind of Swiss cheese at times. So, maybe it's a lot more just kind of 10 play drives and things like that. So I'm gonna go under 51.5 for the Lions and Rams.
That's a good one. I think you're right. It is like, oh yeah, they're just gonna fucking light it up. But
Right? Like, yeah, it's total. It's like, well, but I don't know.
they're both solid defenses. I mean, I can easily see it just being like a 2017. You're just like, why would I bet the over?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, exactly. It's just like each team has had the ball, twice, and it's now already halfway through the second quarter type of thing. And
Yeah.
long drives and field goals would be my friend.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, shit. Speaking of that game, and I I have the favorite. I think Lions, they're still a very solid team. I know Bears beat them. They lost to like another kind of poopy team, but I think they're very solid. They got their run game down. Goff has looked iffy. Cam Newton called him a game manager, not a what like playmaker or something.
Mhm.
I, they're just good. I mean, their defense is solid. Their offense can roll. They got great weapons. They know what to do. David Montgomery's probably going to score a touchdown, maybe even two. I mean, it's
Are we going to hear that later?
maybe. I like the two tutties. I've been seeing all those like parlays where they're like the three like two tutties. I've seen like two or three of them this year, and it's just like, damn, that's like $10 to win, a couple thousand. Like, it's
Mhm.
wild. But to my point, Lions are the better team. Rams have been absolutely rolling towards the end of this season, but maybe just I don't think they can do it. So give me the Lions -3 at home against their old mate.
Yeah, dude, that game's gonna rock. I really think it will.
Yeah, dude, it is.
Oh, right. Okay, so now we're all right. We're each down to just two picks left. You're over prop, my favorite prop. I'll go to prop here. Um, a guy that I'm usually I've been hard on him, and part of it's too where where a guy gets drafted is not their fault at all. Like, and it completely skews like us, the fan. The whole phenomena, like taking a running back in the first round, I think has a lot of merit to it. Like it's few and far between running backs. There's only going to be probably five running backs in each draft that really make a difference going forward. And though he's not necessarily maybe up there with the peers of other first round backs, uh, Najee Harris, the first I think guy in a while to getting drafted and getting 1,000 yards in each of his first three seasons. These aren't like 1,500 crazy kind of seasons. He is a guy that never really has like a longest carry more than like 30 yards because he's not that fast. But again, ends the year strong. Has had I think like averaged 80 yards over his last five games. He still he's able to kind of let Jalen Warren come in and get a breather and come back in and run strong. It's going to be cold. It's going to be snowing. I don't think the game plan is for Mason Rudolph to throw the ball 30 times. If it is, my team's in a world of fucking hurt. I know Najee is on the injury report, but I think that's just because, again, hey, I'm on the injury report too, but you see me here making these picks.
Yeah.
So give me Najee Harris over 57 and a half rushing yards on Sunday.
Okay. Yeah. I like that a lot, honestly. Yeah, dude. Yeah. I mean, even though Jalen Warren comes in and a decent amount, it's like there's no
Well,
shot.
yeah, they average like 170 rushing yards. So like now, like Warren gets like his like 40 or 50, and Najee gets his like 70, and you know,
Yeah,
all works out.
it does.
It works out on Sunday.
They know what they're doing. I like that a lot. And I definitely wait, let me just wait a sec. Yeah, I definitely don't. What did I just do? That y'all's spread. I like that a lot.
Mhm.
9.5. Come on with it.
I wasn't gonna bring it up, but it's a little disrespectful. And
Yeah.
I'm lit. Like the Bills are certainly the superior team here, but any given Sunday, man. And if I just Josh Allen can start doing some of those doy Josh Allen plays, be my guest.
I got that. I got that video in my back pocket because
Uh, yes, the Josh Allen's brain tweet.
yeah,
We have it cocked and ready to go. We need to.
yeah.
Hell yes, Max.
Uh,
Hell yeah.
I love it. Fuck. I do like props. I'm just gonna knock my over out of the way, and I'm gonna double dip just a smidge bit, and it's gonna be Eagles, Tampa Bay. 43 and a half. Um, kind of like I've mentioned. I mean, Eagles defense has pretty much collapsed. Um, their offense, they can still probably put some points up on Tampa. They're still a good defense as well, though. So 43 and a half. I see like a Tampa 28-24, maybe 27-24 game winning field goal.
Yeah.
Uh, so give me that.
All right. All right. Um, stick on that. So offline, I was chatting with you. There's a group here that I couldn't really get behind any single one, and that's the favorites. I like, there are a couple, like for instance, with I thought Houston would be a favorite. No, I like them to outright win it. Home dog, kind of disrespectful. I
Yeah.
think Detroit will get it done, but I don't know. Kind of the inexperience there leaves me a little hesitant. The Chiefs, they just, they haven't looked good to be more than a field goal favorite, in my opinion. I love your pick. I completely understand your pick. And it's because I absolutely, like, on paper, every, like, doing the math, breaking down the algebra equation, get your pick, which is why I'm just going to go the other way. Philadelphia has looked so bad. They've been fucking trash these last few games. It looks so in disarray. So why won't they just go out and win by 10 over Tampa Bay? Um, Baker's looked good, but I don't. It's still Baker in the playoffs here. This
Yeah.
Eagles team, show me, like, you just went to the Super Bowl. Yeah, everyone's kind of doubting you, right here. Put your back against the wall. I hate this pick. I hate it. I don't like any of the other favorites. So I'm just throwing Eagles -3 to the board. And Max, if it loses, perfect, because then you get to reap the spoils there.
Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, dude, it is. It was kind of a hard decision. I pretty much only had Houston and Tampa, but I was like,
Mm.
like I don't know. Like for some reason, I do absolutely love Texans +2, and I will be betting that, but just like
Yeah.
back of the head Browns, like I don't know. So
Yeah, I
I
got you.
don't blame you at all for Philly. It's a good bet. I mean, they weren't -3 for a lot of the regular season. I mean, they would be like minus fucking nine
Yeah,
and a half.
right. Exactly. It's kind of the close your eyes. You don't know anything else that happened. Like, that doesn't seem right, kind of
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. So I don't hate that at all. It's okay. It happens. Why do I keep doing that? I keep dragging the fuck my last one over. Um, last one that I got is a prop. I've been a little conflicted. Um, but you mentioning the under and how they can get to two and all this shit made me think about
Mhm.
old Chris Jones, 10 and a half sacks on the season. I don't know
Yeah.
if you've seen it on Twitter and people are like, and this man wanted Aaron Donald money and like showed his season stats, like 10 and a half fucking sacks for an interior D lineman, like mainly like a fucking like run stopper, but like 10 and a half sacks. Give me that all day. He's at -110 for 0.75 over sacks. I like that a lot. Um,
Love that.
I
Love that.
teetered with, and I mean, I like switching. I like switching it up, like you did last week with the Boswell. I like
Mhm.
switching that up a little bit. We don't do that often.
Trying to get
Um,
quirky with it here.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I bet we could probably name on two hands over the past 5 years. Because if they've done it, they've probably done it multiple times, like Aaron Donald. Like, how many interior defensive linemen have got to the double-digit sacks? And this guy's done it, each of the last 2 years. And 3 years ago, he got 9 sacks in 14 games. I
yeah,
mean, come on. And I feel like, I actually can look it up real quick. I feel like he even heats up more in the postseason, too. We gotta get this real quick. Sack. Yeah. So he had 2 sacks in the 3 playoff games they had last year too. So listen, it's a good odds play for you.
yeah, I like that a lot.
Let's see. I don't think did any of our touchdown hit
I don't,
last week?
I don't think Singletary scored.
Yeah, I don't think Kenneth Walker did either, and neither did Sam's Etienne. You know what? So I'm gonna go chalk in terms of touchdown here. We gotta get him the board. Sam, close your ears, but CeeDee Lamb. I mean, CeeDee Lamb is. I feel like he's got 8,000 touchdowns this year. This is a game that I'm already picking over, so it makes sense that he's minus 170. So it's very juiced up. So I'll appreciate when your goes in there as well, so we can try to at least get this back to plus money. But there's a reason he's minus 170. I believe I know CeeDee Lamb is going to find the back of the end zone.
Yeah. No, absolutely. He does almost every game.
Hmm.
He might even get two. It's not even like it's
Yeah,
because
maybe that's the bet.
yeah, that's the bet. They really that Packers secondary has had some troubles here and there.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, he's easily going to score, even if they were the best secondary in the fucking league.
Yeah, 12 touchdowns this year. Each of his last 3 games, 2 touchdowns, 1 touchdown, 1 touchdown. 13 receptions, 6 receptions. Not bad.
He's rolling. I like that a lot. I mean, yeah, you were right. I foreshadowed just a little bit, and I can't not do David Montgomery. He's at minus 140. That's not even like a bad straight bet.
Oh,
Some good tunes
I mean,
he's on
there's
there.
no way neither of these guys. Come on, this is gonna hit. This
Yeah.
one, I feel very comfortable saying this one's gonna.
This one's gotta hit.
Hit.
It just it's the one. And
This is probably a good time now to bring in Sam's pick, and then we'll go through all of his picks so that we can fill out the TD parlay.
yeah,
All right. Do you have it fired up or on for the odds?
I've got R2. Yes.
All
So
right. So did you see who Sam's top TD
I
pick?
honestly I honestly did not realize until
It's
I
no,
saw
that's
that.
perfect. It's David Montgomery, which is just awesome. His next one, we'll give him his backup here is unfortunately for me, but I understand it. Josh Allen for a touchdown. We already talked about this game's going to be snowy there, so this is probably a Josh Allen 13, 14, 15 rush attempts type of game, especially if it's like second and goal from the one.
Oh yeah. And that is a little chalky. It might be the chalkiest of the year at plus 419.
All right. We're just trying to be smart, you know? We're not
Yeah.
trying to work
Is that
harder. We're just trying to work smarter. Um,
damn? That one's supposed to be down
Are
here.
you looking at it? Or do you want me to? Do you want to guess if I say Sam's favorite what it was, or do you already have seen it?
Um, no, I mean I've like glimpsed at it. I don't think I remember what it was, to be honest.
So we'll start with Sam's favorite.
Sam's favorite is gonna be who do we have? Oh no, I remember. It was Cleveland.
It is. He's going with the 2 point favorite. He is going with your stat that Joe Flacco in his uber success in the wild card round.
Yeah.
All
I mean,
all right. You got channeling your inner, brother here. Your guys
oh yeah,
wavelengths the brain. Who do you think his dog is?
I think everyone take a sec. 1, 2, 3 knows who his dog is, and that's gonna be the good old cheeseheads of Green Bay, Wisconsin.
It is, of course, Green Bay as a touchdown underdog, which
I like
I there was a part of me that thought like maybe the Cowboys run away with this game, and I actually thought about the few times that I won off before kind of it was like middle of the year when Green Bay was kind of being a little bit disrespected, but you were starting if you were watching the game, being like, damn, Jordan Love's kind of good, like they got some pieces here. It all started with that Chiefs game. I kind of took them at 6 point dogs. They win outright. And yeah, so I was never going to pick the Cowboys after they helped me throughout this year.
yeah, yeah. I mean, they are looking fucking tastic. So it sucks. Fuck them.
Yeah.
But
So Sam's over is I'll show out and say because It's exactly, we already talked about this here. So I talked about everything that makes sense. Now I'm going to fade that. He said, no, it probably makes sense for a reason. He's going over in the Rams versus Detroit.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I get it. I get it. But, one of us will be wrong.
he's kind of going against. He might go against you this whole time.
You might. What's
His
what do
under,
you
nah, his
put for his under?
um, under's gonna be. Is he against me? I bet it's Tampa Philly.
It's not.
Hmm. I don't know. What else we got?
He went the very first football game we'll have this weekend.
Really? He's. Oh wait, you said last. Oh yeah, Houston,
Yep,
Cleveland.
the first one.
I like
Cleveland
that a
lose.
lot. I think that is very safe. It's close enough to be like they might just barely get that over, but
Yeah, right. I'm with you. That one scares me a little bit. Just like I don't know, weird. Like it could be an overtime game.
yeah,
Could be
easily.
like you have two, Stefanski and D'Amico Ryan's young guys, maybe like going for two throughout the game. So we'll see. That could get a little wonky.
Yeah,
All right.
definitely.
I won't make you guess prop just because that would be, that's just way more Sam to guess from.
So
How about this though? It is dealing with a Notre Dame player.
that would be um shit. Oh, Kieran.
Yep. Yep. He's going with Williams over rushing yards for the Rams.
I like that. That'll be good.
I like that too.
Dude, I might do a parlay with our fucking props.
Yeah. Yeah. To remind everyone again, the props are over 0.75 sacks for Chris Jones, Najee Harris over 57.5 rushing yards, and Kyron Williams over rushing yards. Don't have let me give me 1 second. I can get that number.
Probably like 62.
Yeah, I bet it's probably around 63, 64. Where is the there? Over 80 and a half. So, all right, so you
Holy
better bring it.
ball.
80 and a
That's
half.
still, I mean,
Jesus.
honestly, probably still gonna hit. But I honestly might do that in our Tutty parlay.
Yeah, maybe. Max, any party thoughts or anything you've been mulling over this week?
Um, dude, no, I just keep hearing about this Justin Fields. What are we gonna do? Caleb Williams. What are we gonna
Mhm.
do? So that nothing to really deep dive into yet, but that's just been in my mind
Yeah.
nonstop.
Yeah, I know. We'll have plenty of time to unwrap that, especially as we have less and less football games to talk about. But it definitely is, is something a lot you have to think about in the offseason. Not a lot of teams have kind of such an interesting question like the Bears do.
Yeah.
Um, I, here's one thing I just hope that we aren't talking about officiating on Monday or Tuesday if needed.
Yeah.
I just hope that there's no kind of manual error on the course of the refs here.
No, definitely. I hate when that shit happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any
No, just clean, nice, easy games, just
yeah.
fucking battling it out.
Even if it's a little like kind of NHL playoffs, a little let them play. Like I get it. I'll probably be mad it was a holding, but as long as it goes both ways, I can't complain too much.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. It'll be fun.
it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Anything to shoot off non-football related picks, whatever.
No, I mean you got I guess since we've recorded, I see your Pens hat.
Mhm.
The guard, broken jaw, out for 8 weeks officially now. That came out yesterday.
Shame.
Had a little bit of surgery, fixed that shit up. Unfortunate. I think he'll miss the All-Star game, which I don't know why he made it, but that's okay. That's just I don't know. I looked at his stats and I was like, well, not really, but it
Okay.
is what it is.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely the NHL knows that they can market that there, but it certainly like isn't an absurd pick. He's been very
No,
productive.
it's not terrible. I mean, amongst like the centers, I guess he's good.
Yeah.
And I get,
Yeah, while
but
you're
yeah,
poking, check out that Metropolitan Division, man. Outside of Columbus, it's crazy. Every single one of those teams are talented and just going to beat each other up throughout the rest of the year. I mean, even teams kind of that are outkicking their coverage, like the Flyers and Capitals at this time too.
yeah, dude. No, definitely. It'll be good. I like love some hockey, dude. Always been tuning in. The Hawks actually play tonight, so
Yeah,
we'll see.
yeah, we got kind of my side here, the PGA firing up their second event of the season, the Sony Open. Not a crazy kind of leaderboard here, but there's some fun guys that you can kind of look out for and watch over the weekend too, as that kind of fills in some of the gap of what's going on with football there. But once we kind of get to more of the big dick events, really the first kind of being as we get close to the waste management in kind of around the Super Bowl weekend there, I'll start trying to get in some picks for the fellas listening as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I missed it. I missed it. I know football kind of took over towards like kind of the end of that prime time golf, but I loved watching some good old golf. I mean, that shit's eat Saturdays, Sundays, just hanging out watching that is
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh, it's the best. I'll mention to it now. Then with Bib, as you know, we kind of took a flyer and kind of said effing, we're going out to the Genesis Invitational, which is at Riviera in LA this year, going to the Sunday around there. And so that's one of these like signature events. So it's just like the top kind of 60 guys in the world. So it'll be the winner last year was Rom, who won't be there this year for unfortunate live reasons and stuff. But I'm excited to kind of get back out on the premises and watch some golf on action. Of course, watching golf at home is so much easier just because you don't miss the shots, have a beer on your couch. But if
It's
you
a
are a
little
golf fan,
cheaper.
definitely try to get out to an event if you can. It's unreal when you see in person how far these guys hit it. And God, they're
Dude,
so
yeah, I mean, even when we went to the Dominion Charity Classic, I mean,
yeah, yeah. The
that's the
senior
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 fucking,
guys.
and still, I mean, saw some good names. We saw good old Lefty.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it is awesome. I need to get out to one, and I could say, I bet now that Rom's gone, that home has taken that one. So
All right.
you should, yeah, while he's out.
Yeah, absolutely. He knows that course well. He's won that event before, so he'll certainly have a lot of the fanhood there on his side.
But
Or, well, good. Let me mute before I cough.
yeah, dude. I mean, shit. UFC. We'll be back. We got next weekend. Starts the pay-per-view. There's some fights this weekend that pretty solid, but we got good old title fight next weekend. So I'll get into that.
Cool.
It will be good. Back and rolling. UFC takes like a month off towards the end of the year, so we're back
Gotcha.
and roll.
Yeah, we'll get back into some of those, outside the box sports that are always kind of fun to put a big bet in and fall on.
Definitely.
Well, Max, I envy that you just get to sit back, with your popcorn, just enjoy stress-free football for Sam and I, and maybe others listening. It's a very tight butthole, but I hope everyone's team does well, unless you root for the Bills, which
Pause.
yeah, bummer, but come on, you guys have had success here. It's just
Yeah.
I'll be nervous. We fucking go Steelers, baby. Max, thanks for being on the ones and twos and getting us through today. And we'll welcome Sam back next week. And I hope everyone win some bets this weekend, and excited to kind of talk about the next leg of the playoffs.
Yeah. Hopefully Sam has some good stories. Yeah.
Sure.
Go Steelers. I go Chiefs.
Go
And
Chiefs.
I guess go Pack Go. But it is.
Oh yeah, dude. I think you cut out there. It didn't come through.
Yeah. No one heard that. No one
Yeah.
heard that. Awesome. Well, thanks for listening, everyone. Let's make some good old money on this wild card weekend.
Take it easy.